What's up, guys? On the fly, the final score with a Friday night update. Another Friday night at home. I'd much rather be doing football right now, but just the way some things go right now. But today, September 29th, and guess what? It's On the Fly. 4 years ago today, On the Fly did its first episode. So it's our four-year anniversary On the Fly. Uh, and to say, you know, I would like to have done more episodes by now, but things have happened over the years, between COVID and, what's gone on the last couple of months with my dad passing. Um, it was tough, but we are going to get launched back up. We just put out a new episode, which one that was recorded, before my dad passed away. So it's been about almost 2 months and it's our top 10 Weird Al Yankovic favorite songs. And joining me on that was Brad Rustoven from the Slamfest podcast. Me and Brad did our top ten Weird Al. We're both big Weird Al fans. I have been, gosh, since the early 80s. Since the Eat It came out, I jumped on the Weird Al bandwagon after Eat It, and I've been on ever since. So if you want to check that out, that is on anywhere you stream. Spotify, Apple, Podchaser, whatever. And it's also on our YouTube page, which we hope you will subscribe to. And if you do listen and like what you see or what you hear, leave us a 5-star review and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. So yeah, 4th anniversary is today of On the Fly. So 112 episodes right now. We need to get back on the stick, and I think starting middle October, we're going to start recording again. Getting some feelers out there to get some episodes done with some people. So hopefully we'll be giving you some new stuff come mid-October, and that'll be on the 50th anniversary of me. Yeah, mid-October, guys. I'll be 50 years old, and you see all this gray. That's, yeah. But I'm proud of my gray. So, NFL, what is this, week 4? Week 4 started last night. And my picks, we always do my picks. And last night I picked Detroit. I mean, I've got it on if you don't believe me, I've got it on my Yahoo. I'm in a group on Yahoo where I pick. And I picked Detroit to win. I like Detroit. I'm all in on Detroit right now. And they didn't let me down. They crushed. The game was really not as close as the score was. Green Bay, it was down 27-3 at one time, and they were never really. I'm sorry, they were all over Jordan Love. I think they sacked him 6 times last night. So we're going to give you our picks. That's the first part of this. We're going to give you our picks for this week. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull this up. And I hope everybody's having a good day. It's kind of a dreary day out there. It's been like that all day. All right. So Detroit, Green Bay. I picked Detroit. I think last week I was 11-5 again. 11-5. I think that's what it was last week. So 2 weeks of 11-5, and then the first week I was 9. So what was that? 29 picks, right? So I think I'm doing pretty good right now. So let's just move on. Atlanta, Jacksonville. Jacksonville looked like crap against Houston. I don't know what's going on there. They are one of the most underachieving teams in football. Atlanta, they're playing overseas, 9:30 Sunday. So I'll be working. But I think Jacksonville recovers and gets the win over Atlanta. Tampa Bay and New Orleans. New Orleans without Derek Carr, Jameis Winston in. I'm going Tampa. Tampa came back down to earth a little bit this past week against Philly, but I think Tampa will get New Orleans. Minnesota, Carolina. I think Minnesota finally gets the win. They're 0-3. Another underachieving team right there with talent. and they cannot win a game. But I think they get the win at Carolina. Pittsburgh and Houston. Houston looked pretty good. C.J. Stroud looked good um, against Jacksonville in a blowout win there. But I think Pittsburgh gets the win at Houston. I think the defense controls C.J. Stroud. Commanders at Eagles. Commanders, another week of getting your butt handed to you, I think, after a 37-3 beat down last week, and I think it continues this week as the Eagles take you out. Miami at Buffalo, game of the week right there. Can Buffalo contain that? Buffalo's playing good ball right now, and it's at Buffalo. That's where I'm thinking the edge is going to be. I think Buffalo is going to get the win. It's going to be close, but I think Buffalo gets the win. I mean, Miami put up 70 against Denver last week, and they go into this game as the underdogs. That's crazy, but I think Buffalo gets the win. Tennessee, Cincinnati. Cincinnati kind of got off the slide a little bit last Monday night. I think I'm going to go with Cincy on that one. Tennessee got railroaded. Rams and Colts. Colts coming off that big upset win over the Ravens. And the Rams are just doing their thing. I mean, they're doing better than I thought they would, actually. This is a tough one for me to pick. I think Minshew Mania runs wild again, and I think the Colts get the win at Indy. I think the Colts get the win. Who is my Facebook user? They must not have Montgomery and have Jahmyr Gibbs on their or either they've got one of the receivers for Detroit on their fantasy team. Who are you? Because it's Brian. Oh yeah, you got a receiver from Detroit. So yeah. Well, hey, 3 touchdowns last night for Montgomery, and you got a touchdown too. You can't have them all. Gibbs and St. Brown. Okay, so Gibbs, you would like to see Gibbs get the ball a little bit. Okay, I can't blame you. Baltimore and Cleveland. Now this is interesting because Baltimore. How about Odell Beckham? 2 weeks in a row, he's out with an injury, and we're only on week 4. So, and there's another. I forgot who the other one was that was out. Was supposed doubtful for Sunday. Cleveland, Deshaun Watson has a shoulder injury that he has not practiced. I think what they said all week, and I think he'll end up playing. I think Cleveland gets the win here just because of their defense. Cleveland gets the win over Baltimore. Jeez, what a snore fest this would be. Denver and Chicago. Chicago is no doubt the worst team in professional football right now. No doubt about it. But Denver just gave up 70 points to Miami. So who do you go here? Denver's actually the favorite. I got Denver here. Denver gets off the slide. I just don't. Justin Fields is not what everybody cracked him up to be in the offseason. All these guys, it's like Carson Wentz Part 2, paper MVP. These guys had, and I know I've said it, these guys had Fields in the top 3. Who was it? Orlovsky had Fields in the top 3 of the MVP race. Not a chance. This maybe, he's going to be going out of town if he doesn't straighten up. But yeah, it's just not good in Chicago right now. It's like I don't know. Brian saying this. How bad do you have to be the underdog against Denver after the Miami game last week? That is true. That's pretty bad. And you watch, Chicago will mess me up and pull off an upset here. So who we got left here? Raiders and the Chargers. Chargers get their first win last week. Raiders, who knows with Garoppolo? I've never heard. I know he was in concussion protocol after the Steelers game the other night, but I've never heard if he had it or he's out or what. But even so, I think the Chargers get the win at well, it's not really a home field advantage that much. Patriots and Cowboys. Cowboys went down like a. I mean, Arizona just took it to them, and the Cowboys were not ready for it. I mean, you can say what you want to about injuries. Um, you know, injuries are a part of football, and you've got to adapt to them. These guys are professionals, and Arizona just took it right to them. And New England comes to Dallas. Ezekiel returned to Dallas as a Patriot. I gotta say, guys, I think the Cowboys win, but I think it's going to be tougher than they think. I think this is going to be a tough game, and I would not be shocked if New England beats the Cowboys. I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm picking the Cowboys. Eric, don't get mad. Um, let's see here. Arizona and San Francisco. Sorry, Arizona, you pulled that one on Dallas, but I think San Francisco is a different beast. I think San Francisco gets a win. Kansas City and New York. The Chiefs and the Jets, I better say. Um, this is easy, Chiefs. The Jets are imploded. They are so at each other's throat in the locker room. Their coach is losing the team because he wants to keep Zach Wilson in. They need to go after. I don't know who's out there in free agency, but there's got to be somebody out there better than Zach Brown right now. Zach Wilson. He's going to play Zach Brown music while he's out there. And of course, Taylor Swift's coming to the game, according to rumors, and looks like it's going to drive up the cost of the ticket. So stay away from football, please, Miss Swift. We don't need to pay as much as they pay for your concert tickets as we do for the NFL tickets. Seattle and the Giants. Of course, the Kansas City Jets game is the Sunday night game. Monday night, only one game this week. Seattle and the Giants at the Giants. Seattle is playing decent ball right now. The Giants, not so much. I got Seattle in this one. I'm not going to pick an upset here. But, yeah, so that's the picks for the NFL. College football, top 25, and we'll do some local picks. Number 10, Utah and Oregon State. I got Utah winning that. I think that's tonight at 9 o'clock if you guys don't have anything to do on a Friday night like me. USC and Colorado. At Boulder, Colorado. That's 12 o'clock, kickoff tomorrow. Do I want to pick Deion? No. USC beats them at Boulder. I think the fairy dust has rubbed off a little bit after that beatdown they took at Oregon last week. So we'll see how Colorado recovers, how they respond. But I think USC gets the win. Georgia at Auburn. Could this be an upset? You know what? I love Georgia, and I hate to do this, but I'm going to pick Auburn. Michigan and Nebraska. I got Michigan winning there. Florida and Kentucky. Kentucky gets the win here with Florida at Kentucky. Kansas and Texas. Texas will win that one. Missouri and Vanderbilt. Go with Missouri. LSU and Ole Miss. This is a tough one here. At Ole Miss. Let's go Ole Miss on that one. Oregon and Stanford. Oregon kills them. Oklahoma and Iowa State. I got Oklahoma. Notre Dame and Duke. From Wallace Wade Stadium in prime time tomorrow night. Notre Dame coming off that loss to Ohio State with 10 guys playing defense on the last play. Duke is no joke either. This is not just basketball school this year. We got to go with the Fighting Irish. It's going to be, I'm going with Fighting Irish. Washington and Arizona. I got Washington there. Washington's playing some good ball right now. Alabama and Mississippi State. Got Alabama. South Carolina, Tennessee. Got to pick Tennessee for my guy Craig Colquitt, former guest of the show, former Pittsburgh Steelers punter. Uh, Going with them. Nevada and Fresno State. Fresno State beats Nevada. The Wolfpack from Nevada. Speaking of Wolfpacks, Atlantic Coast Conference game tonight, starting in just let's see, it's about an hour and a half. 7 o'clock. Yep, 7 o'clock. Louisville at NC State. I'm going Louisville on this. Sorry, NC State fans. I'm going Louisville on this. Let's see. Is Carolina playing this week? I don't know if they're playing this week or not. I didn't want FBS. I wanted the Atlantic Coast Conference teams. Hold on, guys. All right, here we go. Evidently, Carolina's off this week. So Clemson and Syracuse. I think Clemson bounces back and wins that game. We talked about Duke. Yeah, that's pretty much a local team. Then you got ECU playing Rice. I'm going to pick ECU to beat Rice, but it's going to be a tough road for ECU, especially if JT Daniels, the quarterback for Rice, is back. But I think I'm going to go with ECU. I'm going to show faith in my boys. Okay, we got the college football picks out of the way. What else we talk about? We talked about the anniversary. Well, how about those Orioles? Baltimore Orioles. You know, we don't talk a lot about baseball, but I've been a Baltimore Orioles fan since '82. Cal Ripken's rookie year, I think. And this, after years and years of suffering through, you have one or two good years, and you have like 6 or 7 really bad years. 2 years where they had the worst record in baseball, and now they clinched the AL East last night, and they've got the #1 seed in the American League going into the playoffs starting. I think they'll play next Saturday in the divisional round. So 100 wins, only the second team, I think, to have 100 wins in Baltimore history. I may be wrong on that, but all those years Cal Ripken was there, they never won 100 games. Even the '83 World Series team didn't win 100 games. So this is a young. Hopefully the owner will keep him together for a while. But he's known to not pay. He's known to not pay his talent. He's cheap. But yeah. But yeah, so like I said earlier, check out our Weird Al episode, top 10 Weird Al favorite songs with myself and Brian Rustoven. Like you said, you can find it wherever you stream at. Follow our podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's all up there. Make sure you check it out. Brad Rustover from the Slamfest podcast. Make sure you check out the Slamfest podcast. He does some interesting things over there. It's not your typical podcast the way he does. I like the way he does it over there. Tonight, if you're a Kiss fan, the Shout It Out Loudcast is going live. I think it's at 8 o'clock tonight. That's why I want to go ahead and get this in, because I'll be watching that. They did the event where they got to meet Gene Simmons in Las Vegas, and part of what you get when you pay to meet Gene was you get a lot of memorabilia, from what I hear from him, and they've got I forgot what Tommy Lee said it was, like a case full of stuff, a big case full of stuff, and they're gonna unbox it tonight live on YouTube. So you guys, if you're a Kiss fan or if you're a music fan, you want to see this, you're just curious, check out the Shout It Out Loudcast. It's on YouTube. You can go to their Facebook page at Shout It Out Loudcast, or you can check them out at www.shoutitoutloudcast.com and check out that tonight. How about Ozzy Osbourne? First of all, 35th anniversary for No Rest for the Wicked. I remember that was the debut of Zakk Wylde. Zakk Wylde, who was a great guitar player, and I hear my daughter say like Zach too. But was it Crazy Babies was the leadoff single there. Fire in the Sky was another good song. What was the other one? I'm playing it in my head right now. breaking all the rules. Breaking all the rules. That's it. I had to run it through my head. I'm not as quick as I used to be anymore. But yeah, and now Ozzy's saying he wants to do one more album and tour. You got to give it to the guy. He wants to keep working. He wants to do this, but how much does he have left in him? I don't know. But I'd love to hear another Ozzy album. Love to hear as much new music as I can get out of it. But how much can Ozzy do in the shape he's in right now? Because it's not good. Don Dokken, it's been really, really talked about how bad he sounds in concert, and it's documented out there. And Don is not ashamed to tell you if you're upset because I don't sound the way I did uh, those years back in the '80s, don't come to the show. Now, he made that clear. Don't come to the show if you don't like the way I sound now. And you know what, Don, you might get your wish there. I mean, because a lot of people hearing that, it's been talked about for, a year or two at least. He's had a lot of health issues, and you got to commend the guy for being out there trying to keep going. But I mean, if you're going to tell people not to come, they're probably not going to come. I mean, what do you want? What do you want though? But Don Dokken, definitely. And after all these years, these guys that we listened to in the '80s, um, they're not going to sound. Don's not going to sound like he did on Under Lock and Key or Tooth and Nail. He's not going to sound like that anymore. Years of doing this stuff, it takes a toll on you. Paul Stanley, for instance, he's not going to sound like he did on a live 2 or a live 1. Go listen to that if you want to hear that, but it's not going to happen. You don't do the same things. I don't think you can't do things as well as you did 30, 40 years ago. Yeah, I think this is Brian here. A lot of country guys with good voices that can't even sound like they do now in 20 years. So, true. Speaking of country, did anybody watch the People's Choice Country Music Awards last night? The return of Toby Keith, who has fought a valiant bout with cancer, and you can tell Toby's lost some weight, and he's not the same. He said it, and he even said it. Who would have thought I'd be up here wearing skinny jeans? He got up last night, performed for the first time. Don't let the old man in, but it was great to see Toby Keith back on stage again, and we keep praying that he keeps recovering and keeps doing well. But speaking of some prayers that you guys need to do, one for a former Boston Red Sox pitcher, Tim Wakefield. Tim Wakefield had been diagnosed, I think, with a brain tumor. And if you know, Tim Wakefield was the master of the knuckleball. This ball would not. And he started out, I think, with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he was a rare back and throw him hard pitcher. I think he might have had an injury, but he learned that knuckleball, and it gave him. It extended his career so many years, and he played a lot of years with the Red Sox. But yeah, that we definitely need to say a prayer for Tim Wakefield. All right, got that. Back on football, our fantasy football update, because we got 2 leagues. We've got the On The Fly League, and we got the Final Score League. So let me get it up here so I can tell y'all who is in the lead right now. There was one team somebody didn't show up for. The manager list team, the team that nobody's minding right now, is undefeated and at top of the heap up here. Don't count me out. It's slowly. It's not far behind at 2-1. Uncle Rico's JV team at number 3. Finding Debo at number 4. The Carolina Bucks at 5. I'm sitting there at 6 at 1 and 2. Some of the more interesting names in these: Yippee Kaye, Justin Tucker is a team, and then the rounding out at the top 10 at 0 and 3 right now is I'll stick with NASCAR Fantasy, and you know who you are. So that's the final score league. So managerless team is ahead. In the On The Fly league, how about them Cowboys? Eric Sawyer and he beat me this week. I ought to be. That's going to cost him part of his coaching contract right there. He's undefeated right now, and he's leading the way. The Porch Rockers, who I think is Steve Wright from the Potters and Health podcast. He's at second with Sonny Pooney from how many podcasts he's done. He's at number 4. His team is Aces High, my Iron Maiden reference. Turner Burger, Steve Turner at number 4. Lasker Steel, which is my team. Then Preacher Willie McClawhorn at number 6 with Claus Renegades. Brian Mullen, who's in the chat right now, started off with a big win over me, and he's gone on to lose 2 in a row after that. Sorry, Brian, got through that there. He's at number 7, and then coming in last at 8 is the Blockchain Blitzers. I cannot remember who that is. Daniel. Okay, it's Daniel. You're not dead last. You're 1 and 2. This guy Daniel is 0 and 3. So that's the fantasy update this week. Hopefully, I'll get back on track, guys. I'm 1 and 2 in both leagues. Crazy. All right, we did the fantasy update. What about NSYNC, guys? They had the little presentation together, reunion together, presenting an award to Taylor Swift at, well, I forgot what award show it was, but of course, they're not going up there on stage without doing something, and they've been making a lot of public appearances together. And of course, there's a new single coming out you can stream now, and I have not listened to it, called Better Place. Does this mean we're going to see an NSYNC reunion tour? Is this going to be like 1996, the Kiss reunion tour, but it's NSYNC? I know you guys will be buying tickets. Brian, you're going to buy tickets, right? But yeah, kind of cool seeing NSYNC back together. Justin Timberlake, definitely the biggest name to come out of that group. But yeah, maybe they'll do something. Who knows? It might be the right time to do an NSYNC reunion. Brian says no chance. All right. And I mean, it doesn't matter where you go anymore. You're gonna hear about. It seems like some bad news in this world today. But Vince Neil, I think they were playing a festival a week or so ago, and it was a shooting outside the concert, left one critically injured. Was it Saturday night? Yeah, last Saturday night at the Oklahoma State Fair. The concert was cut short after a shooting broke out in a nearby building. At a concert in Oklahoma City, crazy night last night. This is what Vince Neil put on social media. 3/4 of the way through the set, people started running. We were told to get in the dressing room. There were shooters shooting people. Thank you, fans, for understanding. Police had labeled the shooting an isolated incident that began as an argument between 2 men. Things escalated and one shot the other in the chest at close range. The victim is in critical condition. The suspect has been taken into custody. Fairgoers reported people were running and quickly exiting the fair. Following the gunshot, one witness said people were stampeding and children were crying in the confusion. Thankfully, everyone is okay. Thanks to everyone who came out. Please stay safe. That was what Vince said. Vince was at his local watering hole on Wednesday night. Did you see him, Brian? Maybe he needed to be at the watering hole to get that whole thing out of his system. But yeah, Vince Neil, that's a bad situation there, guys. Because you go to, and me and my daughter, a friend sent you a pic of his Ferrari. Yeah. So definitely he was somewhere around. But that's a bad situation. You want to go to a concert, guys. You don't want to have to worry about this kind of thing. And over the last few years, me and my daughter were talking about it when she went. We were talking about actually the other day. I think it was Monday. Uh, talking about when she went to see the Chicks or the Dixie Chicks, whatever you want to call them, in concert, and her aunt was talking about it was outside, and she, knowing what had happened in the past with the Dixie Chicks, with when they made the comment about President Bush, and this is like the first time they've really done a tour, if somebody would be, you know, for political reasons, might do something like that, but luckily that didn't happen. But you don't want to have to worry about that. But hey, it's something to think about, right? But that can happen anywhere you go these days. Album challenge. So, who? This is very varied. What I have been listening to since the last time. Let's see. Alter Bridge live at the O2 Arena. I finished that one. Brett Young, Across the Sheets. So it's going back. I'm trying to keep it between. Um, yeah, there was a shooting in Sox Park recently. I don't know what the answer is either, Brian. People just, if you're going to act foolish, stay home. People used to get mad and settle their difference with their fist, and then it was over. But you're thinking about taking somebody's life in your hand over something stupid. I mean, get a grip. Get a grip, guys. Loudness, the birthday eve, and I was not impressed with that. Tim McGraw, Standing Room Only, his new one, which was pretty good. Tim McGraw has come up with some good ones. Not my favorite, but I think I talked about this last week. Not my favorite Madonna album, but Bedtime Stories, Take a Bow is like one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite Madonna songs. Sade, remember Sade, Smooth Operator Lady and Sweetest Taboo. Promise, I listened to the album Promise, and I promise you I won't listen to it again. Trickster here, which was actually a really good album. PJ Farley, I'm a big PJ Farley fan. Trickster, Trickster was really good. This album's good. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Black Sabbath, Technical Ecstasy, and some of these songs you can tell this was near the end of Ozzy's time with Black Sabbath. But yeah, there was a lot of weird. It was not Black Sabbath-ish. Kelsey Ballerini, her new EP, Rolling Up the Welcome Mat, which is all about her divorce. And guys, this lady can write some songs, and she can put them out there. She's got some pipes too. Um, I enjoyed it. I like her lyrics. She really put it out there for you. But check that out if you're a country music fan. Kelsey Ballerini, that Rolling Up the Welcome Mat was good. And going back old school, Metallica, Ride of the Lightning, which is an awesome album. I mean, this doesn't get talked about. Of course, Metallica, when they hit the mainstream after Injustice for All, but people forget about the early albums. And this one was a good one here. Ride of the Lightning is definitely packed full of hits. So now this is what I'm working on. The four I'm working on right now, the Bee Gees. I told you it is very all over the place as far as genres. Bee Gees, Children of the World. John Rich, The Country Truth. Remember John Rich from Big and Rich? And this is an interesting one so far. I mean, I haven't really got into it. I'm about 3 songs into it. And yes, Olivia Rodrigo, Soul, Sour. That's the name of it. I haven't listened to her before, but so far 2 songs in, I like. I know she's a current artist, but I like what I hear from her so far. And then Patti LaBelle from back in the '80s, Winter and You. That's the 4 albums I'm listening to right now. If you guys have any albums I need to check out, send it to me. Send me the names. If I haven't already checked it out, I will definitely check it out, and I'll get on here and we'll talk about it. But I've got some albums built up that I've got to listen to because I had ran out. But I went through one night and got a few albums up here on my list that I can check out. Um, Last but not least, we did this a couple of weeks, well, for 2 weeks now. Card break. Got 3 packs today. And I actually got some baseball. I don't, I keep up with some of baseball, and now I'll keep up for sure with the playoff start, especially with Baltimore and Atlanta. I like Atlanta too, but maybe they'll end up in the World Series. So we'll see. I don't know who the stars are in here anymore, but we'll see. See what kind of rookies I get. Let's see. So you guys help me if you're out there. You know more about baseball right now than I do. Okay, leading off with the Orioles. Tyler Wells. Robbie Ray from the Mariners. Michael Massey from the Royals. Zach Davies from the Diamondbacks. If I see a good one up here, I think. Santiago Espinal from the Blue Jays. Tyler Stevenson from the Reds. Mark Perez from the Rangers. Seiya Suzuki from the Cubs. Steven Matz from the Cardinals. Nick Prado from the Royals. And then we got some special cards. Michael Harris, rookie card. Michael Harris, the second from the Braves. Put that to the side. Who's this guy? Josh Stallman from the Royals. Who is this? Okay. Stars of MLB. This is a Jose Ramirez from the Cleveland Indians. I don't know if that's any good. We'll keep that. And then a 35th anniversary card. Barry Larkin. That's when I was buying cards big time back then. Stars of MLB. Jazz Chisholm. You see that, Junior? Oh, this is a good one. Ronald Acuna Jr. Stars of MLB. Johan Duran from the Twins. Max Kepler for the Twins. AJ Minter from the Braves. Jorge Alfaro from the Padres. Then we got league leaders. They used to do these a long time. I haven't seen anybody do one of these. League leaders card. Let's get that. Jermaine Palacios from the Twins. A lot of Twins in here. Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks. Fernando Tatis Jr. from the Padres. Derek Hall from the Phillies. Matt Strahm from the Red Sox. Davis Martin from the White Sox. Christian Yelich from the Brewers. Bryce Hopkins from the Phillies. Jeter Downs from the Red Sox. And Tyler Moss from the Twins. A lot of Twins in that. And Twins. So, football 2020. This is Donruss. This is these are some that I didn't care for the look of them, but they were there. So see what we get in here if we get anything worth it there. Okay. Star status. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. That's the keeper. Jartavius Martin, rookie card. He's from the Commanders. Chris Olave, Kirk Cousins, Devontae Adams, Brock Purdy, Kyler Murray, Deebo Samuel, Patrick Mahomes. Is there Taylor Swift in here? Tony Pollard, Joe Burrow, Mike Evans, Devontae Smith, Stephon Diggs, Jared Goff, Aiden Hutchinson, DJ Moore. These are kind of boring cards, guys. Juju Smith-Schuster, Christian Watson, Micah Parsons, Deshaun Watson, Saquon Barkley, Jamal Williams, Mark Andrews, Derek Stingley Jr., Russell Wilson, Jerry Alexander, A.J. Brown, Sam Howell, and then Jalen Ramsey. So not really setting the world on fire with that. So last pack, the score cards, which I like the score football cards. See what these have to offer here. Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins, Leonard Williams from the Giants, Joe Thomas from the Browns, Gronkowski, Shaq Leonard, Russell Wilson, Derrick Henry, a Luke Kuechly card. Yeah, don't give me no freaking Justin Fields up here. It'll mess up the whole pack. Cam Akers, Austin Eckler, Randy Moss, Ladarius Sneed. L'Jarius Sneed, excuse me. All right. My guy Broderick Jones, rookie for the Steelers. I haven't had one of those yet. Rashee Rice from the Chiefs. Nolan Smith, rookie from the Eagles. Dwayne McBride, rookie for the Vikings. Eli Ricks, rookie for the Eagles. Jackson Smith and Nigba, the Seahawks. KJ Henry from the. You ain't gonna believe this. You jinxed me. Way to go, Brian. I'm sending this to your house. Way to go. Donovan McNabb. Let's see. Will Levis, potential. TJ Watt, sack attack. Yeah, you did it. You did it. Will Anderson Jr., potential card. Let's see. Jordan Addison, rookie card. Rashee Rice, potential. Got a Barry Sanders, and that's it. So thank you, Brian. Yes, you did jinx it. You did jinx it. Way to go, bud. Way to go. I'm just kidding. If you haven't checked out Brian, Brian, how's this single going? Heaven in the Country. How is that going for you? We got to get Brian. Brian's going to be on here when I get stuff going again. He's definitely going to be back up here, and we're going to talk about Heaven in the Country. But I'm sure him and Annie. I wonder if they're working on something. Are we working on something, Brian? What about Aerosmith postponing the farewell tour to 2024? Because Steven Tyler's vocal cord situation is worse than they thought. So they're going to take a whole year off. I know my buddy Lynn Bryant just loves that. But the last two times he's tried to go see Aerosmith, which is his all-time favorite band, and you can go back. Oh, you're heading to Nashville in the morning. Okay. You can go back and listen. One of the big episodes, that most popular episodes we did on the fly, was with Lynn, who used to be my co-host on the Final Score. But Lynn came on and we did our top 10 favorite Aerosmith songs. And if you want to go back and check that out, as a matter of fact, I don't know if I can do it or not. Let's see. I want to try this. First of all, I'm going to post the Weird Al. Here's how you can see the Weird Al or hear it. You can check it out right there, guys. That's how you listen to me and Brad Rostover. Brian. I'm thinking about Brian and Brad. You can check out Brad Rostover and me doing our top 10 Weird Al songs. And just because it's our anniversary, guys, probably this week I'll be reposting some of the shows that we've done in the past. Let's see. Annie Vander, who's that? That was episode 98. Trying to get to the Aerosmith episode, so hold on, guys. It's coming, hold on. I actually forgot about some of these episodes I did, guys. I need to share a lot of these episodes with you guys. If you're not subscribed to us, I don't have to share it. You guys can go listen to your heart's content. Aerosmith top 15. I remember because Lynn said it was too hard to pick 10. So we had to go with we had to go with yeah. I had Jordan. I had Molly. I don't think I had Jordan. Yeah, Molly love it. She had a big week. She got to sing with who was it? Dirk Bentley. So there's the Aerosmith top 15 songs episode, guys. You can check that out with myself and my buddy Lynn Bryant if you want to check it out. Yeah, one of Dirk Bentley she sang with. She had a big week. Yep, Dirk Bentley. Molly Lovett, past guest of the show. Hey, and while I'm at that, let's see. I can bring up Molly. I'm gonna put all these in here for you guys. Here we go. There's Molly's, the link to Molly's episode right there. So you want to check her out. I just got some news right then, guys. Sorry. It was just kind of made me snicker, but that's another story for another time. Um, so yeah, tonight, 8 o'clock. Shout out Loudcast, guys. Watch the unboxing of what they got from the meeting with Gene Simmons. Some of the Gene Simmons memorabilia that's out there. I am very interested to see what Tom and Zeus have got from there. So I'm curious. So let me see if I can. I'm making sure just in case you guys want to check it out. I'm gonna put the link up here. Let's see. Where's it at? I don't know. I know I had it. Rob Myers from Right Between That, another great podcast, guys. You know, I listen to a lot of Kiss podcasts, but there's three of them. Three of them I really listen to, and Right Between the Eyes, Rob Myers and company. You check it out. Check them out if you're interested in seeing some Kiss stuff. Hold on. I think I can pull it up this way. Yeah. There is where you can see the Shout Out Loudcast when they unbox the Gene Simmons stuff. And they're great guys. They're funny guys. If you haven't listened to them before, they have. It's usually Kiss connected, but sometimes there's some guys that you wouldn't think. I know they've had Chris Jericho on there several times. Bruce Kulick has been on there a couple of times, but and Zeus has been on the show a couple of times with me. Tom hasn't yet, but we're going to work on getting Tom on the show and see what we can do with him. But anyway, now that I've got all that out there, that is going to do it for us tonight. But you guys have a great night, and thank you guys for the 4 years with the On the Fly, and we'll see you next time on the Fly and the final score.